Welcome to Kaumudy Global. The conflict in Ukraine has been going on for about 7 months. On Friday, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi informed Russian President Vladimir Putin that now was not the time for war. Putin, who is embroiled in a disagreement with the West over the conflict, has repeatedly claimed that Russia is not alone since it can look east to powerful Asian nations like China and India. However, concerns came to light during a conference of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO). I know that today's era is not an era of war, and I have spoken to you on the phone about this, Modi told Putin at a televised meeting in the ancient Uzbek Silk Road city of Samarkand. Russia's president of the country since 1999 pursed his lips as Modi made this remark, gave him a quick glance, looked down and then touched the hair on the back of his head. Putin assured Modi that he was aware of his concerns about Ukraine, but that Moscow was making every effort to put a stop to the conflict. I know your position on the conflict in Ukraine, the concerns that you constantly express, Putin said. We will do everything to stop this as soon as possible. He said that Ukraine had withdrawn from talks. Ukraine has declared that it will fight until all Russian forces are removed from its territory. Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, says he will never accept a peace that permits Russia to retain Ukraine territory. Tens of thousands of soldiers have died in the war in Ukraine since Putin gave the order to invade Ukraine on February 24th. It has also sparked the greatest conflict with the West since the Cold War and sent the world economy into an inflationary spiral. As other countries cut imports in the wake of invasion, India has become Russia's #2 oil buyer after China. On Thursday, Putin spoke with Chinese President Xi Jinping and expressed his understanding of Xi's worries over the situation in Ukraine while praising Beijing's leader for taking a balanced stance. On his first trip outside of China since the beginning of 2020, Xi avoided bringing up the conflict in Ukraine in public. The Chinese leader declared that the globe has entered a new era of unrest and urged allies like Putin and the leaders of Central Asia to stop foreign powers from launching color revolutions. The world has entered a new period of turbulent change. We must grasp the trend of the times, strengthen solidarity and cooperation, and promote the construction of a closer community of destiny with the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, Xi said. We should support each other's efforts to safeguard security and development interests, prevent external forces from staging color revolutions, and jointly oppose interference in the internal affairs of other countries under any pretext. Xi criticized zero-sum games and bloc politics, a veiled reference to the United States, which Beijing has criticized for the past for leaning on allies to counter China's spectacular rise to the status of a superpower in waiting. Putin has claimed time and time again that the US is planning so-called color revolutions like the ones that ousted established elites in countries like Ukraine. The United States denies such claims and says they show the paranoid nature of Putin's Russia. The conflict in eastern Ukraine broke out in 2014 after a pro-Russian president was overthrown in the Maidan Revolution and Russia seized Crimea with Russia-backed separatists fighting Ukraine's military forces. The nation's most powerful leader since Mao Zedong, Xi Jinping, is expected to be given a third term in office by China's stability-obsessed Communist Party next month. The party has previously cautioned against so-called color revolutions. According to a source in Uzbek administration, Xi abstained from a dinner attended by 11 heads of the state in accordance with the COVID-19 policy of his delegation. The American mainstream media praised the stance taken by Prime Minister Narendra Modi during his meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Samarkand, Uzbekistan. According to the report of the Washington Post, Putin is under all kinds of pressure on the issue of Ukraine invasion. Responding to the fact that he is aware of India's position and constant concerns, Putin said that he will try to end the war as soon as possible, but accuses Ukraine of not being ready for negotiations to end it. The headline of the New York Times reads, India's leader tells Putin that now is not an era for war. But the meeting was amicable and the two referred to past history during the discussion, according to New York Times. It reports that the Russian president held talks with Modi after China's President Xi Jinping's meeting with Putin. Putin expressed greetings as India celebrates 75th anniversary of independence. The strategic relationship between India and Russia is growing. Russia remembers that September 17th is Modi's birthday, and although greetings are not wished in advance as per Russian traditions, I express greetings to Modi and India, added Putin. He also stated that regular projects will be implemented on oil, gas and nuclear sectors. At the same time, Modi expressed gratitude to Russia and Ukraine for helping to evacuate Indian students. This is the first meeting between Modi and Putin after Russia's invasion on Ukraine. This is Anjana signing off. Do like and share this video. For further updates, subscribe to Kaumudy Global.